All right, today I have some turmeric falafel balls to show you guys. I am super excited. If you've ever had falafel, it is amazing. These little balls you can put on your salads, you can eat as a snack, an appetizer, they're awesome. So we kind of have a little spin on them today, adding some turmeric. So I'm gonna show you guys the ingredients and then we will bake them. We have a teaspoon, just 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. We have 1/3 of a cup or 2 to 3 roughly tablespoons of aquafaba, which is a very fancy term for chickpea liquid. So when you get a can of chickpeas, in this case we have a 14-ounce can, it's a little bit bigger of a can. That liquid that you drain off of the chickpeas, do not throw it away, do not throw it down the sink. You need to keep it because we will use that in the blender. That'll help liquefy the concoction and make sure it blends well. So 2 to 3 tablespoons, you can add more if it's not mixing super well. We have a 14-ounce can or about 1.5 cups of chickpeas. We have a teaspoon of the turmeric, and then we have 1 clove of garlic and then just a pinch of salt and pepper that we're gonna add in. So fun fact, the turmeric and the pepper together are a powerhouse. These guys work hand in hand. They are like partners in crime and they are amazing for your body. So the piperine in pepper actually helps activate the turmeric, and it's antifungal, it's antioxidant, it helps with antioxidants, and it's super anti-inflammatory, and it really helps boost the metabolism. So these are key ingredients in these turmeric falafel balls, really important. Also, they taste good. So we also have a little bit of fresh parsley here. You just want a little handful, not a ton, but it helps give it flavor, and it's really good because the herbs are super fresh. If you have dried herbs, that's okay, but we do recommend using fresh herbs for this recipe because it will taste a little bit better with some fresh herbs. So I have my oven here heating at 390 degrees. Make sure that is preheating while you're getting all your ingredients together. Give it time to heat up. And now for the fun part, we just mix it all and blend it. So we're gonna put everything in our blender. I'm gonna start with the chickpeas first. And then we'll add the other chickpeas. And then our aquafaba. Who knew, right? Aquafaba is just a fancy name for chickpea water. I definitely didn't know that, maybe you guys did. And our teaspoon of olive oil. Nice yummy fats there. Now we're gonna add I'll use this little spoon here. We're gonna add in our garlic, our salt, our pepper, and our turmeric. Get all our yummy spices in there. The turmeric is so bright and orange. It's honestly a really beautiful color. It makes the final product look also really pretty too. So if you're serving it for some friends, if you have family members over and you wanted to make a healthy and delicious appetizer, this is a great thing that you could make. All right, so we got our turmeric in there. Get down to the last drop. And then for the parsley, I'm just gonna pinch apart rather than cutting. I'm gonna pinch apart some of these leaves so that it's easier to blend, because if you chop it too finely, you might get little chunks. So I'm gonna let the blender do his job there, and just pinch some of these leaves apart so they're in nice small chunks. So we have our parsley, and I don't know what kind of blender that you have at your house, but this blender has a couple different settings. I'm gonna try to do it on a lower setting and do it so that it's not completely liquefied. So if you have a lower setting where you can still kind of keep some of the substance together, I would recommend using kind of a middle of the road setting. So I'm gonna make sure my lid is on tight here, I'm plugged in, and we are going to blend. All right, we are good to go. So now it's time to form these into little balls, and we can cook them and eat them. So I'm gonna move my cutting board here. I'm using a non-stick baking sheet. Some people like to use foil, some people use parchment paper. It's kind of up to you, depending on what you want to use. These guys are ideally going to look like nice little balls, but if they're a little bit more liquidy, they may turn out less like a ball, which is what's happening to mine right now. But that is okay. So maybe if you guys are using less aquafaba, your balls will look more like that and less like this. But that's okay. We're going to have little flat falafel flats, falafel pancakes, if you will. So we're gonna make these guys. So we're gonna spread these out on the plate, or not on the plate, on the cookie sheet. And we are going to cook them for about 20 minutes. So I would keep an eye on them depending on how big you make the balls and the consistency. They might cook a little bit faster or slower, so about 20 minutes, but I would keep an eye on them. So now we are going to take our falafel little pancakes and we're going to cook them in the oven. So I have it at 390 degrees and we will set our timer for 20 minutes and go. And I will see you guys in about 20 minutes after these guys have cooked. All right, guys, these have cooked for 20 minutes and then some because I pulled them out. I let them cool for a little bit because obviously if we are forming them into balls, I don't want you guys to be touching cooking, baked, hot, 390 degree turmeric balls or pancakes. So they do come out a little bit flat, kind of like a pancake. I have some coconut oil here, depending on your consistency. You know, if you cooked them and they were super, you know, they didn't have as much liquid, maybe they're easier to form. If they have too much liquid, they might be a little bit more flat. So you may need some extra coconut oil to keep them together. So I've formed one of these guys into a little ball. So I'm gonna add a little bit of coconut oil here onto one of my turmeric balls, turmeric falafel balls. And we're just gonna kind of like join the pieces around the turmeric. So not everything is perfect, and this recipe goes to show you that, you know, this is Instagram versus reality or YouTube versus reality. We have kind of a crumbly mess here. It's delicious mess, but you have to add a little bit of this coconut oil here to make it more solid. So we're gonna form these into little balls, and also just goes to show, like, if you're watching this video, it's probably better that you've watched the whole thing so you know what to do and what not to do when you're making them. All right, so we formed this guy into a nice little ball here. He's nice and sticky and tacky, but they are delicious. They are amazing and they are so healthy for you. And if you enjoyed them, make sure you check out our other recipes because we have a ton more for you. I have sticky hands here, so I'm going to go wash my hands, but I will catch you guys on the next one, and make sure to subscribe to our channel.